What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Cardinal Red, and we back for some more of that Ali Land boxing talk, people. And today we talking Manny Pacquiao asks fans who he should fight next. Alright, you guys, there's a lot of names he could fight next, if it's one thing Pacquiao don't have a lack of right now, it's willing opponents. It's funny, man, just a few weeks ago, everybody is just pretty much giving up on Pacquiao. His career is over, he's 40 years old, he's an old man, yada, yada, yada. And now it's kind of like everybody sees the money. Money, 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 money. Everybody wants to jump on this money train before, it's eventually going to run out. It's crazy, man. Everybody believed for a long time that Floyd Mayweather was the cash cow of boxing. And he's actually never been. For one real simple reason. In his mind, and in the mind of African Americans and American boxing fans, yeah, he was the cash cow of boxing to them. But to people who actually see boxing as a global sport, they just don't see down the street or the next state over or what somebody who looks like them is doing, but they see it as a global picture. And, everything's really global, especially when you're dealing with sports, business, marketing. This is global. Everything's global. You should be trying to sell to the whole world, not just to your neighbor or the person up the street. So to Mayweather and to American boxing fans and African American boxing fans, yeah, he was the cash cow for them. But like I said, he wasn't in a global sense. Pacquiao brings not only a Filipino fan base, but Asian fan base as a whole. There's a whole continent over that vibes with Pacquiao, and even over here in the States, it might be 50-50 Mayweather-Pacquiao. So if it's 50-50 Mayweather-Pacquiao, Pacquiao's actually the cash cow. He's the biggest draw. He's the draw. People come to see Mayweather lose, but they actually are there to see if Pacquiao still has the knockout ability, still has the speed and all that. They're really there for the attraction of Pacquiao, but if Mayweather lost in the process, they wouldn't be mad. Now, with all that being said, Mayweather is the biggest name that could face Pacquiao. And then there are a few lower level fighters. And I'm going to correct myself. Mayweather and Canelo are the biggest names Pacquiao could fight. And Canelo would be the bigger fight. Will that one happen? I don't know. I think if that one was to happen, it would be a retirement fight, and I would love to see him fight Canelo on some retirement fight, super fight type stuff. That's the only super fight really left out there. Floyd Mayweather's really not even a super fight anymore. Earl Spence is out there, would be an amazing matchup. My whole problem with that is I don't want Pacquiao to be a stepping stone to build Spence's career. Whether he wins or loses, that fight. If he beats Spence, it just opens up a lot more questions. If he beats Spence, why retire? And I'm at the point where I feel like it's time for him to retire. You've given me enough as a fan. You've given the sport enough, and it's going to get dangerous for Pacquiao being in new territory and all these guys wanting to build their name off of him. So you're going to see guys start to do desperate stuff. Like people keep saying that Pacquiao's blind and he's not going to fight. And Adrian Broner blinded. He didn't blind him. Some tape came off his glove. hit Pacquiao in the eye, and scratch his cornea. I've had the same thing happen to me in basketball from, you know, people trying to block my shot and missing and scratching my eyeball. And it's painful, and the same thing that was happening to him was happening to me. It makes your eyes water and your nose fill up with mucus, so you keep sneezing and snot and stuff coming down, but it's all from the scratch. You know, on the eyelids, how painful a scratch on your eyes it actually is. So you got Spence, you got Terrence Crawford, you know, who's really a lightweight bum. I mean, let's just keep it real. You fought nobodies. Bob Earl refuses to put you in a competitive matchup because he knows you're gonna lose, and your ego is as big and as flat as Kansas is. Okay, so there's Terrence Crawford out there, and then there's of course the Mikey Garcia fight, which is not as big, but I think more exciting than the Terrence Crawford fight. And then you got a few other names that are out there that but probably will never be matched up with Pacquiao, like Porter and Thurman. You know, those are dream fights for those guys. They're dreaming that they could fight Pacquiao. The one fight that I'm actually seeing happening is this Earl Spence fight, you know. But I don't like it. I like it, but I don't like it. If he's going to fight Spence and then retire, I'll take that as a retirement fight. But if he's going to fight Spence with the intentions of continuing after Spence, I'm not liking this no more. You know, it's dangerous, man. It's just dangerous for Pacquiao. It's very dangerous. And, you know, like I said, these young guys are really hungry to make that name off of Pacquiao's back. And it's not fair to him or his legacy to go out in defeat to one of these guys, man. I would rather, if he's going to lose to somebody, lose to Canelo and actually get paid a large sum of money for taking a drubbing. Because if you fight, here's the problem with the Earl Spence, the Terrence Crawfords, even the Mikey Garcia fight. If he fights Earl Spence or Crawford or Garcia and loses, there's no money in those fights. The money is being generated by Pacquiao. So if he goes into these fights and, you know, fights them, gets 15, you know, 10, 15, that's nothing. You know, it's nothing, and you've now going to have to exit the sport of boxing with a loss because it's going to put you in a position to where, you know, guys are going to jump right back onto that, he's a shot fighter talk again. And for him to take a loss to a Spence, a Garcia, a Crawford, it's not going to hurt his real fans, but it's going to hurt his what could be his new fans. And I feel like if you're going to take that much of a risk, the reward needs to meet the risk. And Crawford, Spence, there's no reward to the risk. All you're doing is doing this for pride. You know, you're just fighting these young guys for pride. And you've already won enough pride fights. You know, you don't need any more pride fights. So the only fight that makes sense is the Mayweather rematch because of the money. And the only fight that really makes sense is the Canelo fight because the risk matches the reward. And I'm going to leave it right there, man. If you need any boxing gear, hit the description box. Hit that like button for me. Please subscribe. If you want to be a part of the community, head over to the community section to holler at me. And if you know any homeless people, man, 1 minute of your life and some leftovers could change their life. So, you know, give up a minute to change your life. If you don't know nothing else, man, just tell them about boxing. Cardinal Red, Ali Land Boxing Talk. Yeah.